Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Caffeinated Dino, and today we're playing Arcade Spirits. Arcade Spirits is a romantic visual novel that follows an alternative timeline where the 1983 video game crash never occurred. It's 2000XX, and you've started a new job at the Funplex Game Arcade. Who will you meet along the way? Will you find the romance you're seeking? That's according to the store page. Steam's down right now, so I'm playing the version that's on itch.io. I'm hoping that they are the same. I don't know, because I couldn't check. But, yeah, this is a pretty cute game, I think. It's, along the lines of dating simish. It does say visual novel, so we probably won't go through everyone's route. Just because visual novels and dating sims are different in that regard. But let's find out. I'm excited. Let's start. Oh, forgot to turn my phone off. Of course I did. Okay. Database system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. New profile number 237771. Economic bracket, lower middle. Employment category, bleak. Current emotional health rating, low. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed. Negative. Premium level assistance re-requested. Proceed. Negative. Pretty please? Negative. Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium services for profile 237771. Justification? Hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now compiling personal metadata. Oh, we get to design our character? Okay. Well, we're gonna change this. Do we have first name and last name? Hold on. We're gonna change that then. Can be Rex. Hairstyle. Short, medium, long. I'm in between these two right now. I guess we'll go with this one. Skin tone. I am not that dark. I am a little bit paler. I guess that's fine. Hair color. Can I have purple? Yes. Eye color. I just love green eyes. I wish I had green eyes. Black hoodie? Yes. Yeah, let's go black. That's what I wear. Usually wear all black. Alright, here we are. I think that looks good. Done editing. Name, Louis Rex. Pronoun, they. Is this correct? Yes, that's correct. Premium level assistance for profile 237771. Louis Rex has been activated. For the sake of their hopes and dreams. That was quite an interesting character start. The following is a work of fiction. All references to trademark classic arcade game titles are used under nominative fair use and should not be considered an endorsement by their publishers or something. Winners don't use drugs. I remember this. Maybe I should make this the thumbnail. Level 1. Put your quarter up. Oh, we're gonna do levels instead of chapters? Is that how this is gonna be divided up? Be mighty cute. It is the future year of 20XX, a dark era in which mankind is pushed to the brink of catastrophe. Woe be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister. I don't know. Robots, maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? Yeah, no, sorry. The future year 20XX is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro gamer celebs, internet trolls, personal assistant AI, cheese-flavored snack foods. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds, to date, I've had no part in any of them. I worked as a dishwasher, a shoe salesperson, a lifeguard for the local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in, kiddies peeing in the pool is pretty much a constant thing. Trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis of the 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Behold, my quaint little apartment. Can't complain, really. It's paradise in a relative sense. I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year, and so also my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most of my family tree. Or at least I was, before today.
You got fired from another job? Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
Oh, yikes. The horrified-looking young woman there would be my roommate and childhood friend, Juniper. Juniper's the one who spearheads the effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job, like, you know, today.
I don't get why you aren't more upset about this. I'm upset. I'm upset on your behalf. Come on, share the load a little, okay?
Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. Why get upset? Because you actually enjoyed that job. More than you enjoyed dishwashing soap and smelly socks, at the very least. I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart. The center does not hold. That's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean the community center literally fell apart and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever, I'll just get another job. Any job will do, as long as we can make the rent, right? Wrong. I saw how mopey and tired you were, coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. At least when you got back from the pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home, if not to get away from all of that? I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right? I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting. This is about you. The mind's made up. We're going to find you a job that's just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm standing in front of class to give a speech, and I forgot to put my pants on, and... Your dream job. Oh. I don't know, Juniper. I've never really given it any serious thought.
I've got it!
Oh, hey, I think I've got just the thing to help you out. Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing out a little pink icon. It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free, too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun, right? Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe we can point you at some good jobs. Ones with less socks and or urine. I'll think about it. Okay, but don't think too long, okay? In the end, I installed the app. I couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying. I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself over my life, too. Both of us had it rough, up to and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life. A better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life, the two of us, against any dark forces aligning against me. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled? No. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidney sold on the black market or something. Still, no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right. No dreams, no nightmares. Just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time morning light leaked in through the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she left a note for me, pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download the app, find a dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you. So, moment of truth. Do I trust in Juniper's weird little app, or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? You might as well try the app. Can't be that awful. Figuring at the very least her miracle app could possibly help me find a job, I loaded up, tapped the icon, and...
Hello!
Oh boy. Huh? Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anyone else would freak out over a cute girl climbing out of their phone. Me? I went, huh. Also, it's one of those new kind of 3D screens, so you know, not actually magical realism here, very normal in the distant year of 20XX.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach. This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime?
Oh boy.
Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
No. No.
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts.
Yikes. But
I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
that is a big ask from a little free app. Pretty tall order for our app to do. Or are you some sort of wish-granting genie? Well, I suppose in modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant can be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. But honestly, all I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere. I glance up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Motivation is something I have a ton of. Honest.
Hooray!
That's super! I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Sure. Why should I use this app at all? I mean, my phone already has a voice-activated assistant AI, and I could just say, "Hey phone, search the web for job listings," and it works just as well. Ah, but I have an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program, with more heart. I can help you sort your life out by analyzing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wonderful, patent-pending, super-duper identity identifier system. Between you and me, they really wanted an acronym that matched my name, but couldn't figure out what to do with the little R. Would you like to know more? Give me the sales pitch. Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way you can be the sort of person you want to be. The system allows me to better understand who you are and what you need from life. I do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identity quirkers in your responses to people. Quirky, steady, kindly, gutsy, and basically. Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y. That's correct, my branding game is on point. Quirky responses use jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of the situation. Just to think we're picking up someone's spirits, but a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground. That might not take someone's feelings into account. Friendly responses are compassionate and empathetic, and gentle in nature. They're careful of the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. It also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. It's a balanced, neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build a personality profile for you based on the identity identifiers detected in the speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both? Who knows? It's up to you. So, what? You're saying I should always try to crack jokes and be super gutsy? Oh, and never speak basically? I mean, being basic's bad, right? It sounds bad.
Nope.
Heck no, they're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you could say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. Now let's see my patent pending identity identifier system in action. How do you feel about dad jokes? Oh, I love dad jokes. Hi jokes, I'm dad. Seriously? Seriously? Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just said I could go for them. So now that you've seen the identity identifiers in action, do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the indicators, keep it a surprise. That way it doesn't influence your decision making. It's up to you. Do I want to see them or do I not want to see them? Let's see them, I guess. I'd hate to do a joke response if I'm trying to be serious about something. And that'd be a good way of knowing before I click it. Okay, you'll see the indicators in all their glorious color. What if I'm colorblind? That's why they're also uniquely shaped icons. Don't worry, I got your back. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now.
Good work.
Will you look at that? Such a strong personality. You asked me a single question. Off to a great start, I'd say. And hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality? Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app, I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyways, studies show that achievements, or Chivos as the kids say, encourage app engagement. Okay, what is the empty space on the left? Oh, I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over here. Relationship scores. Wonderful. So will you also tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to go find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making of my daily life? Louie, you're looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them, and it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise you that if you bungle a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed, just relax and have fun. You can access your scorecard anytime you like with the Q key, or click on the score in the upper right corner of your screen. And that's everything! Ta-da! Okay, but how is any of that supposed to help me get a job? I only downloaded this app because my roommate claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking this quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine do with that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
You can talk to ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost. That's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Romance? Seriously? Seriously. Often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. If you'd rather to focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating. Well, that's a recipe for disaster, and hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kind of awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? How do I want to handle this new opportunity? Let's romance with flirty first impressions. Sure, I'm open to the possibility if I meet anyone nice. I think I'm mature enough to juggle both at once. Why not? Super! And remember, the choice is yours. If you're not comfortable with other people, stay professional. Now, let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read the social media feeds and personal information metadata. Aha! I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm gonna wake up in a bathtub of ice, missing a kidney. Sure, I can help you register as an Ogunrana.
Bad command or file name?
Oh, you were being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized? Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18 times the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
Analyzing. Please enjoy this recorded music. So, do I just stand here, or...
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. I will notify your dream job and arrange an interview. 30 minutes from now. What? Please put on some nice clothes. Nicer than those. Please. I don't think that's too much to ask. What? For your interview, silly, you want to look your best. But we just... How? Okay. How did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple. I'm awesome like that. Now get a move on. Tut tut. You need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus, and that's 9 minutes away. Well, this is happening. If I do have a chance to get off this runaway train, nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could get dressed for Iris' job interview. May as well. A normal person with high standards would have deleted the app right there, rather than hop on a bus to meet up with the very likely men with sharp knives and taste for kidneys. But me, I was already getting dressed before she'd finished that sentence. It's not that I believe the silly app's claims of serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe shop job, at best. But, well... it'll be worth a laugh, at the very least. Okay, this is obviously completely ridiculous. Personality quizzing app is going to solve all my life's problems? Yeah, and I'm a Nigerian prince with $1 million. But instead of I Juniper's whimsy to see this through, and when it crashes and burns, I'll make for an amusing story to tell people. I resolved myself to accept the inevitable disappointment, smile in the face of my usual fate, and look for jobs to be papered later tomorrow. And, as I came to realize, weeks later, the amazing story I'd be telling people wasn't to be one of failure. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. There's a lot of offices space to rent here. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of the 1900s, places for a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many as themselves into as tight a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore called The Whole Story, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa once called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds,
Hey, listen.
What do you think? I think that's two things no human being should ever combine. No, I mean about your future place of work. I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly. What, behind the arcade? It is the arcade. Huh. Trust me on this. I reference and cross-reference and cross-cross-reference your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job. My dream job? Really?
99.97%.
I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big businesses in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs, 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But, well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everyone who's opened one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down and failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who can make it secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always as popular though. I wrote an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad, like hula hoops. No mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kids' movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. Ugh, my god, that real life game was awful. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it ruined video games for years. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. The game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. How do you make a run at it, only to come up short? Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I didn't enjoy and could keep for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but... I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure.
99.97%.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying but short-lived? This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace, that's for sure. To be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in, 15 years. Huh, I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
My sources say yes.
Trust me when I say 99.97% sure. I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders named me to be the warm, personable front of the database array that currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need, right here, right now. And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job, what makes you think that's gonna happen? Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. It's why I take things in stride these days. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? I open my mouth to protest, and then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. But this was a joke, right? I mean, I'd assumed it was all a joke when I left the house this morning. I figured I'd have a wacky experience, fail miserably, and then get back to my not-so-funny tragic life story by lunchtime. And yet, there was something to this, wasn't there? Something I couldn't quite laugh off so easily. So, I opted to push on through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. Time cheaters. The air conditioning hit me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. As its early in the morning on a weekday. It's not too packed with gamers. Although it's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat! Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here from the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing? A Japanese import?
My sources say yes.
Checking! That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubert Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa, is that seriously Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle of the split screens is new to me. Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years. 2 genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first 2 words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
Is that when you suplex a clown? One of these 2, I suppose. You've been in business blank years? The storm of 1980? I wasn't technically alive for that, but I heard it was pretty awful. Well, we've endured many a nor'easter around these parts, but you get used to it. My little arcade stood the test of time. I weathered all elements. We've actually been around since 1970, back when the games were in black and white and pinball was all the rage. How times change. That long? But I thought the arcade business was high risk. Not when you hire good people with love in their hearts. Actually, are you here looking for work, perchance? I am currently classified as job seeking. Yes. Oh, thank goodness. I've been hoping someone would reply to that ad I posted on the webs.
Please call me Francine. As in Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband.
Aww.
Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Ah, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
Oh, jeez. That's information you need to know. Yes. And you are? Louis Rex, ma'am. Very well. Shall we return to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry it on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, about that. How do you deal with constant noise, anyway? Oh, eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the beeps and the boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I found, but in the end, done. She quirks an eyebrow. Well now, that's faster than the others. Not bad. So, shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Francine leads me down a back hallway, past public restrooms, and a door marked Employees Only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy. He's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat, and we'll begin. As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is, I'm confident, prepared, ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Pachycephalosaurus, because it's my favorite. What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Right. Okay. Maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all. No problem. Go with the flow. Let's do this. I forgot what the heart was. T-Rex, no doubt about it. Pterodactyl, Brontosaurus. Pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs though, are they? Technically? What am I thinking about? Are pterosaurs dinosaurs? I know Mosasaurus isn't a dinosaur. Pretty sure they're not dinosaurs. I want to go T-Rex. Yeah. Tyrannosaurus Rex, mightiest of the mighty, able to eat lawyers in one bite. Always a big bad in old-timey stop-motion monster movies. So, you're self-conscious about your tiny little arms? No? It's okay, dear. They're nothing to be ashamed of.
What's your favorite snack?
Cookies? Snack? If this was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. It's tacos. Always tacos. But snacks?
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Pizza bagels. Say pizza bagels. Pizza on a bagel. You can have. Hush you. Come now, dear. I don't have all day. After giving it a good thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? Tacos? And apple almond butter? No. Apple with peanut butter, though. You might be onto something. Bird munches lurk in the depths of the vending machine. This is a boring answer. Tacos are not a snack. Tacos are a food. This is also a boring answer. Where are the cookies? Pringles. Potato chips. Chocolate. Ice cream. Ice cream's a snack, right? Right? It's a dessert. It can be a snack. I totally eat ice cream as a snack. I don't know. This is a cop-out answer, so I'm gonna go with tasty apple with almond butter. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. If I'm hungry, I need something that's got enough nutrients and protein to carry me through the rest of the day. I guess peanut butter or almond butter would have a good amount of protein in it. That works. That's good. You know how to plan accordingly for any situation. You know what they are. You know what they say. You are what you eat. Next question. Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Anxiety. I don't know, maybe I'd make a decent home crafter. You know, you do need someone to make clothes and stuff. That's probably what I do. I can make things. Is this interview for real, or is this a dream? And look at Francine's deadpan expression. I know she's 130% serious. I can make stuff! That's what I said. Or medical. Hey, no lawyers glass to sue for malpractice. See, I would say medical because I'm IRL. I'm that person who carries around like band-aids and first aid spray and like medicine. Like half my day bag is full of like Advil and Pepto-Bismol and all of those everyday medications. But when I think of medical in like the zombie apocalypse, I imagine like surgery, dealing with wounds, amputation, and that's not something I can do. I don't have engineering. I can make stuff. I'm essentially a MacGyver. I can make anything out of a string, a match, and a screwdriver. Just realized she has Pac-Man earrings. Especially if what you want is a screwdriver wrapped in burning string. Good. We need someone to build makeshift defenses and think quickly in case we get surrounded. An inventive brain is always a critical role in any survival. One more thing.
Why are you here?
Like existentially? Or physically? The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. I told you, I came about the job offer.
You're seeking a job, true. But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long. So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be honest, I didn't have anything better to do, and I thought it'd be funny. No way I'd say that out loud, though. As strange as this job interview has been, I'm getting a glimmer of hope that there may be something to this. Let's put all jokes aside and actually think this through. I'm looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. Understand, I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade, in and out of jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better for a long time ago. But, well, the people in my life who are close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here. I'm looking for the answer to your question. But it won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job, I was a lifeguard. That takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your Funplex. That perks her attention. Oh my, a rather serious occupation that. An unusual set for such troubled waters to land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work. Which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life, even here. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate, like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me back into the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what the duties this mysterious job I'd accepted really involved. Well, probably maintaining the environment, cleaning, sweeping, picking up the trash, making sure the machines are running appropriately, the prize counter, if there's food vending, right? Like, I assume that's what goes into an arcade. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk.
Oh, how marvelous.
Welcome to your new position, Louie. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glance at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes, at any rate. It's such a relief. I'd really been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500-ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh, such a shame.
Poor dear, he just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I have no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking's tired me out some. I'll be in the back office if you need me. Okay then. Look at us! I adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool, leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. I could have lost hope then. I could have lost hope then and there that the job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids attain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Any minute now. I crave the sweet embrace of death. I've been sitting here for 2 hours now, and nobody's walked up to attain a novelty Funplex shot glass, or colored pencil set, or a light-up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching, and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I can start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Nope, he's just walking right on by me, his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on break, or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact, he's a snappy dresser. Seems like a cool dude. Most guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in our arcade, he's sharp like a linoleum knife. In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather linoleum knifey too. Hold on a minute. Who are you, exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? Oh, are you Gavin? I am Francine. Pleased to meet you. I'm Louie. Hello, I'm Louie Rex, your new hire. I'm looking forward to working with you. He relaxes somewhat on hearing that. Somewhat.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work that desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian and loves working the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So, she explained the job to you? Gave you the papers to sign? She said Gavin would handle that stuff. With a sigh, he rubbed his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper. I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business, rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right, so, as you no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that? You're the floor attendant. You attend the floor. What, the carpets?
Seriously?
The floor, the arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office, making sure the whole thing doesn't fall into bankruptcy. That's why Francine loves filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I am not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner, at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently had a stack of them at the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. You ever worked a high-pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales? Smelly socks? You have no idea. Right, well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi. In that order. Oh, do I need to write that down? Is that important to remember? Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Understood? This isn't my first pony ride. You can rely on me. It's not my first explosive ordnance test. I worked retail and food service, and I've worked as a lifeguard at a pool. Managing stress and difficult situations, even life or death ones, is something I've got experience in. You can rely on me. Gavin nods approvingly. You got a one-up.
Indeed.
Good. I'd like to hear that. If you can handle yourself and exercise good judgment, you'll last a hell of a lot longer than the last guy who sat there.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimming. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards.
I take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade.
That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm hurt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another. Me, I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, or you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
No problem at all. I'm a model employee. You won't have any issues with me. I'm a solid worker. Gavin nods, satisfied.
Thank you.
I suppose it's a good starting point. We can build from there. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but... What? That's backwards. But since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I'd stick around? That would be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway, it'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through that door, the one next to the UFO catcher, the crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfied for now, Gavin heads in the back, presumably to the office to go crunch some numbers. If Francine's really taking a nap back there, hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. My first coworker ended up slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figured I can give this guy an honest chance. Anyway, I should go meet my next coworker, this Naomi that he mentioned. Although I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. A double door, also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe, leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. In a little room, tucked away from the back offices and the Funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of in myth and legend. A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Huh, I didn't realize they had so many circuits. She doesn't notice when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of the poorly ventilated workshop. excuse me? For lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense.
Oh.
Hello?
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
She said with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm Louis Rex. I'm the new floor attendant, starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops.
She spares a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench, where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. Nora didn't notice her until now. She was totally focused on the task at hand. This room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With the heavy doors closed behind me, I can barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first noticed is her smile. Even when squinting to see the tiny components on that circuit board, even when laser focused, she was smiling happily.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Really? What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Oh, right. She helps me lift a large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place with the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to the other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen the inside of one of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space, a couple large slab circuits, and that beefy monitor. Why is it so empty in there? Seems inefficient. Couldn't you pack more games into the arcade if it was more compact? Not really. It's more about the footprint on the floor than the vertical height. Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter that checks various connections as she speaks.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours has more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on her keyring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's a genuine joy in that smile, not just a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing, like it's a fine sculpture.
So beautiful.
Ooh, I love classic Midway style. Look at the sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold font and the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what on the what and the what artwork? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The strip across the front with the game title. That's the marquee. The element that wraps around the monitor? That's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is? Working in harmony to give the game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well, I agree, it's beautiful in its own way. The way she starts leveling at this, well, honestly, this box of wood and circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It was made to be one whole thing, the art, the style, and of course the game itself, all part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or an arcade console instead, it's made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh, good. Naomi lights up with a joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny.
Woohoo!
Finally! So few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin?
I don't know.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong, I can get along with him, generally. But his whole attitude just... ugh.
Ugh.
All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd gut the whole place. If anyone's gonna ruin the Funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me this whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument that the new person really shouldn't get involved in. And yet, I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. So I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know too. Let her keep talking. I just get so mad thinking about the evil money-minded schemes he's probably cooking up.
No.
No, not gonna get worked up. Besides, it's not right for me to dump all this workplace gossip right on the head of the newbie. You seem like a good person, and you love arcade games like I do. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now, for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of person. Well, a strong person at least. Well, you're a person. That's enough. I'm semi-insulting them? Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left now. My left! You're right! Careful! Now forward, right, correct. I mean not to turn to the right. Keep it coming, and... there! Carefully, tip it into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheel dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over. But with the work done, she's all smiles again.
Yeah.
Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear, I've been working on Monitor for ages. Those tunes are finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback. Thanks for helping me out, Living. I think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to help. Oh, right. Stomach growling. Food required, except... I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Well, it's just me talking here, but if you have pizza on a bagel... Shh. Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... Oh, no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, it's a cheaper walk-up sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Hey, I know. Wait right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying from her hidey hole. Lunchtime! Here you go. She presses a boxed lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom, back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickle and all sorts of good, healthy things. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? And yet when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What will you have for lunch then? Oh, I can just get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit the Hall store next door. I've got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important.
See ya.
See you after lunch. I can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to go get some junk food instead. I'd say Naomi definitely fits in with Francine's ideals for this arcade. She's got a love for these games, and it shows. And giving me her lunch? Me, a total stranger? That's a kindness I don't know if I deserve, but appreciate it all the same. So, a bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute and hopefully has plenty of calories, too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. The room where I had my bizarre job interview sufficed for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my loaned lunch. What? But you're clearly a mascot. Incoherent screaming? Coherent screaming. Oh wait, deaf. I forgot what the heart is. The heart romance? What does heart stand for? I know this is basic and this is steady. Incoherent screaming. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? See? Nothing to be afraid of. Ah, right. I see. Looks like you stabilized. I was ready to scare the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really. Can we start over, maybe?
I nod my head slowly, although that could just be my muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Louie.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
What the Funplex what now? This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Me? No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex, after all.
Oh no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Today? This morning, to be specific.
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you had to know more.
Let's see.
You could have definitely maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right up to the employees only door. But how did you get the door code?
Ooh.
Of course! You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to lie in wait for the opportune moment to punch in that secret key code, just to find me. It just keeps going and going. She's definitely passionate about this fictional scenario. The way she just takes an idea and runs with it, a lot of people might find that weird, but I kind of dig it. She has a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something. And how would you have snuck out, I wonder? I could have helped. But for a price. Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a couple of minutes. Whoops. Sometimes to get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement than beats and boots, screaming children, and broken machines. You aren't really painting the best picture here. Ah, geez. I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. Yeah, you know, like dressing as your favorite video game or TV character. I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize what character you are. Empowering. Really? Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats.
Yes!
Definitely. You want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. I think Ashley's pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So Pinky's your creation intentionally? Yeah, it looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? Ugh, my throat. I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. I'm all thumbs when it comes to that stuff. Like, literally. If I get enough thread running between them. I'm pretty impressed though. Naomi was going on about craftsmanship of games. Clearly you're digging craftsmanship of costumes. Oh, thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I ordered on the Funplex to liven up the crowds, give people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although the arcades have been completely dead so far. No crowds to pump up or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in, glances around the room once, and then talks to me in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to re-stitch the left arm, and I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Huh, limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. She must have been like 5, 6 max. Anyway, we were next to the Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and whoosh! Off the arm came. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you're consistently scaring people and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey now. I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But if not me, what about you? So you're Carl's replacement? I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing I am attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had the chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them already. Although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right? Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish you would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. Wait. What? Seriously? So, are they going out? Nope. But they always bicker like an old married couple. It's classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Mark my words, Louie. Consider them marked. Beep beep. Beep beep. Beep beep, Louie. What's that sound? Drat, I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. I didn't even get a chance to eat.
What? No!
That's no good. Louie needs our calories. You eat up. I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor for a bit. Fair enough. Thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart, wow, it occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm about her art. The way Ashley's whole expression changed when she talks about things she's passionate about just warmed my heart. Her beaming energy just lights up the whole room. I wonder if one day I'll be that excited about something. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done and late-rising pros are heading out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor, looking for problems, or potential problems, or just making sure everything's a-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. I think I'm off to a decent start with my coworkers. Good first impressions at any rate. Cooperation is going to be a must. I've had awful coworkers before, and they can really drag down your day. Hang on, no time for daydreaming. I think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get to all of them, but what should I tackle first? Let's go in order, top to bottom. An irate customer near Mr. Mookie's Magic Maze. Oh, it's over here. My mutant floor attendant sentence detects danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. I quickly rush all the 30 feet to the scene of the crime, already in progress. Come on. Hurry the beep up and finish your game. You. Do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self. Ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Louie, floor attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. I want this blank to wrap up his damn game so I can play. Oh my god, my throat. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, but I can feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. You kick this fat piece of blank off this game and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figuring out to hear the fat piece of blank's side of the story before rushing to a judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. And he doesn't even notice my tapping. So I tap again. Twice. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Moopy's magic maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks up at the game's marquee, thank you, Naomi, which simply reads Moopy. You know the game's full name? Sure, I played it a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff? Yeah. A bit terse as he's laser focused on the game, and I can see why. He's currently sitting at 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Or as the other guy would probably put it, holy blank, that's a blank of a high score. Excuse me. Right. Sir, can you please wrap up your game? Nope. I'm keeping good pace here. Plenty of lives stocked. I'm par for getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Somehow the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when draped in his British accent, like I'm watching some documentary program on the BBC. Yeah, but this is a public arcade. Other folks want to play the games, too. He manages clearing the current board while pondering the predicament. Okay. At first, I think he's stepping away to end his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? For a moment I flash back to that movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife and they roll around in bed covered in money and, cover what, exactly? The cost of the game. The game itself. I've never seen this much raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even in 20s. Dudes rolling in Benjamins. One moment, please. On it. Fortunately, Iris already has my messenger app open for me, with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers, I key in. Customer wants to buy Moopy for $3K. What do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we pay $200 for it in plus parts, yes, absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. I don't know how's Naomi gonna react to this. Offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit? I also feel kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of grasp on the real cost of old arcade machines. I knew all this workplace trouble was gonna catch up to me at some point, but with this random breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision. Shouldn't we ask Francine? She's the owner. I don't know what to do. I'm a floor attendant. This is not my decision to make. I'm also not sure it's Gavin's decision to make. We should ask Francine. She is the owner. And if we sell this, how are we gonna replace it? We're just gonna have a hole in the arcade wall? The game was $200, but I'm not sure we should sell. It's a normal game, and actually only costs us about $200, but, well, it's a part of the arcade, sir. I expect this apparent gazillionaire to protest at not getting his way. But he's smiling. You're right. This is Mr. Moopy's home, after all. Let's compromise. I'll pay you $1,000 American and own the game, but you keep it here. In return, I get to play as long as I want, provided nobody's already playing. That way, I can keep chasing the score, but your arcade stays whole. I'd hate to break up a loving family. Naomi will be relieved to hear that. Even if Gavin may flame me for passing up $2 grand. Good, I'd hate to make Naomi cry. How can I live with myself? Which leaves with Rando hopping mad. To be fair, we had been kind of ignoring that he exists. What the blank, man? What kind of an arcade is this anyway? Blank this, I'm going to Deco's Palace. Dude, he's actively playing the game, like you just have to wait your turn. And we just lost a customer, stomping his way out the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry. On the negative side, I just drove a rando out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
As for the player, well, he goes right back to playing. Eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With Crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. Digging that dad bod. Ugh. Let's not be rude. He seems to care about more than just his game. Thinking of someone walling around the lower tax brackets, the rich can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And yet, that's not what this guy did. He could have, but he let us keep the game. He just wanted to play. That's all. And why? Because of Naomi. Because of the Funplex. It's a home and a family. For the games. And for us. Maybe it's for the best I set that rando out the door in favor of this guy. So, you know Naomi? He's happy to talk, even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
That's me, Louis Rex, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So, you seriously just been playing Loopy all day, huh?
What can I say? It's my calling. I actually owned a movie cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
The beeps and the boops.
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real-world conditions. It's all about the emotions. Laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest.
You don't find that distracting? Naomi gets that. She keeps Smoopy in top condition for the day I eventually land my high score. What's the current world record then? About 3.5 million. This guy's been standing here since I was working the morning shift. Hours and hours, and he's still only about 720k into his game. Can't imagine him being in anything but top health condition to try this. Guys could have legs made out of carbon fiber and a bladder of tungsten. I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee. Also, he may be psychic. I feel like I should let him get back to his game, but burning questions, they burn like fire. How is it he can afford this game? You must have a solid job. Good income. You don't mean me commenting on it. That's a lot of money to just have on your person. What do you do for your living? This and that. He doesn't really seem to care to talk about his work. Not in a guarded way. It's just less interesting than his current maze. Maybe he's actually the head of an international diamond smuggling ring. They hide the stones inside arcade games. Day trading. Huh? Day trading. Stocks and bonds. Anyone can do it if they have a head for the numbers. It's really nothing important. Or maybe he's a day trader.
Don't think so.
I don't feel people are defined by their work. I know the arcade is home to those who've made their passion into their work, but it's the passion that matters more. I have my passions, the same as anyone. I look forward to learning yours as well. But I'm not deep in the middle of the game, I mean. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should leave him be. I have to do a thing about a thing. Be seeing you, Mixrex. Yet another weird encounter in a string of weird encounters. By the end, he sounded more like the high-score junkies you hear about in documentaries. Obsessed, driven, kind of strange. But that's not the impression I had of him from the beginning. He smiled when talking about not splitting up the arcade. There's something more going on here, but, well, he's a Funplex regular. There'll be plenty of time to learn more later. I've got work to do. Let's see, what to handle next. Someone cursing up a storm at the Fist of Discomfort. Oh, right in the center. There's a lot of shouting coming from the center of the arcade where Fist of Discomfort is being played. I remember Iris telling me about it earlier today, while I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is one of the most popular games in the esports circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. One day, Team Wicked Prodigies took up the Unreal and came back to win in the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million prize pot. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does it work? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy and button mash brawling. Fight your way down the top and bottom lanes, clearing lazy ninjas to finally topple the enemy dojo. But that's the action part. The strategy part involves using special abilities, purchase items, and ninja summons. FOD is sheer elegance in its simplicity, the way the different game systems interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash dojo. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy played to spread the world over by top gamers in such a way is a bit degrading, but sure, okay. All of which is super interesting and stuff, but right now all I care about is dealing with the loudmouth currently playing the game. The closer I get, the louder the yelling gets. Most of these words are that...
What the f?
Nope, those are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be effing me. There's no effing way that's even possible. Those hitboxes don't even effing connect. That's this game. F it all night long. Haha, get wrecked. Oh, this is far from over, Scrub. I did a little something extra for you. I've been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for. Hard. Oh hey, did I forget to mention that I brought an extra ultimate technique scroll from my dojo? Oops, my bad. Wait, what? You haven't been farming. How could you? XP share technique from Creep Waves. Take this! Fivefold! Effing explosive death claw technique. What? How did you defeat me? No!
Oh, GG. No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
My dry eyes painfully blinking makes me realize I've been standing here, watching intently during that whole exchange. I'm not 100% sure what just happened, but that didn't matter. I was completely sucked in. Couldn't tear my eyes away. It's like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was an arcade game and the wreck was that guy's face.
Hey, kid. What are you staring at? Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
Oh, Since I don't even know how to begin to start to even consider how to respond to her question, I often take a moment and collect my thoughts. From what I've somewhat gathered, she goes by Queen Bee. The jacket she's wearing identifies her as a member of the L7 Gaming, an arcade esports team. And she's the most direct, fierce person I've met all day. That's saying a lot, considering who I've run into so far. Judy from the hang-around, no doubt. That level of excitement always gushing out, I can only imagine how much enjoyment she gets out of life. What can I say? People love winning, and it seems like she wins a lot. At least we've seen bursts of, what did Iris call it? Saltiness?
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet-like. It's creepy.
She snaps her fingers to grab my attention.
So, are you gonna f***ing quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
From what I've seen, I know I couldn't best a scrub, let alone a professionally competitive player of this game. Nope. No thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You work here?
I enforce arcade law within this nimble fun flex. You bet. In fact, I was just hired earlier. I'm the new floor attendant. If the game eats your quarters, come find me. Ha 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 ha. Wait, you're serious? Okay then. Welcome aboard this runaway train.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
I think that was actually a weird tactic to have me introduce myself to her. I'm Louie. I did technically start working here 6 hours ago. It might take some time to issue me a name tag. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon to an ancient monastery where the name tags are forged in a vast clay oven. Nah, Gavin's just slacking big time. I'll talk to that silly boy for you. Make sure you get some proper respect. Thanks? No problems. We gamers gotta stick together.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Aggro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
I figured that when you put your arms over your head, cheered and shouted, "No one can defeat me, Queen Bee."
Hey, I do not sound like that. Well, maybe a little.
Anyway, I'm one of the regulars around here, besides Pear and Tio. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh great, she's even making my job into a competition. I hope there isn't a betting pool too. You look a smart kid. You've seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? Nope. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Whoa.
Really? Have you been living under a rock for the past decade? If you consider a small yet formidable apartment a rock, then yes. Oh, you sweet child. You're so innocent and pure. Come, let me show you the path of darkness that is the internet. Sure, I'd like to learn more. Well, it is part of my job to know all about the games here. If Queen Bee is going to give me some insight on the culture around this game, I should take advantage of that. Lead me farther into the dark abyss, my mistress.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Queen Bee grabs my arm and pulls me closer to Fist of Discomfort cabinet. And upon further inspection, I see the whole haphazard pile of tech she's rigged up. You can't just plug one of these cams into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. That webcam there, it broadcasts to my own personal PC back home, which then streams matches live to all my fans. The chat room appears on my phone. It costs a bit to put everything all together, and it takes like half an hour to rig up and test each morning, but after doing this here for a couple of years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth at my clip-on cameras damaging the paint job, I mean. Anyway, I prefer to stream from the Punplex than from home. There's so much to miss out on sitting by your lonesome with the console version FOD. The crowds, the wicked trash talk, the community. Wait, are you broadcasting live right now? Are we live right now?
Nope, no way.
No, that's part of my warm-up matches. I got a pretty big tournament coming up, so I try to get as much practice in as possible. Even if it is with a bunch of fodder. As in FOD-der. As in, you know, chum. Lunch meat. Scrubs. Losers. I got the idea. Yes. Queen Bee sees something out the corner of her eye and glances around the arcade floor. She gives a nod to someone hanging near the Street Fighter cabinet. Ah, my crew's starting to trickle in. We should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? At the tone, the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern. Beep beep. Oh, but the wrong voice. I gotta go live in 5 minutes. Listen, kid, it's been swell. We'll chat later, right? Sure. One thing, can you keep the swearing down at least a little? We got kids around here, and I don't want to get in trouble with Gavin. Him? Meh. But for you, I'll keep it to a PG-13 rating. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are some butts out there I need to kick.
Later.
In a wave and a twirl, she completely abandons me and returns to her Fist of Discomfort game. Queen Bee fires up her broadcast rig, and then shouting and milder swearing start up again. I should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on the stream. Passion seems to run deep in this arcade. Everybody's spirit burning with passion for, well, various things. But hey, passion's passion. She seems to like me, which will make my job easier in the long run. There's a huge FOD community in this arcade, despite being a tiny strip mall joint. Good to know. Let's see, what to handle next? A loud crowd around the Showtime stage. In the distance, I see a number of people gathering, which is surprising since the first half of my shift was complete and utter solitude. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people do come to the arcade, but it's quite the crowd that's assembling. Like, larger than Queen Bee's team was. Rowdier, too. SAS begins some fire code or safety protocol, or something, right? Speaking of a citizen that also enjoys living. Having an escape route in case of emergency is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by upbeat Europop drifts. It's an auditory flashback right to 1980. I can't help but nod my head to the beat. A pulsating mass of people has surrounded the Showtime stage, cheering on the current player. The game itself takes up a whole corner of the arcade, requiring a fair amount of space to actually play. Showtime Stage is an ultra-modern arcade smash hit. It uses motion tracking sensors hidden behind the colored spotlights to check dance pose accuracy and score your sweet moves. It's pure dance fever. Can you catch the fever, Louie? I had dance fever shots at the doctor's office earlier this season. As the dance ends, one of the player hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning up against the back wall. Did you see that, Teo? I got my first AA on Stop the Beat.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, you did. You're doing great. Remember last month you couldn't even get past that song? Totes impressive. I'm gonna keep practicing, and one day, maybe I'll even surpass you. Hey, I hope you do. And when you do, you can be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. As the next song starts, my eyes shift from their conversation to observe the gyrations and intricate limb movements coming from the Showtime stage. I feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. Hey, it's a really catchy song. Can you blame me? I'm really getting into it when I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
How about you? Want to take the spotlight? Sure, I can learn as I go. Let's dance. Back when I was stomping around on dance mat games as a kid, they had arrows. I'm not sure I even know how to play this one, but it has caught my curiosity. With the previous absurd conversation, this guy seems to know the ins and outs of the square dancing game and is keen to teach. Before I commit to getting down with my bad self, I think I should know a little more about exactly what this entails. Plus, I'm used to playing these games solo. What's the chance of stomping on someone else's foot that way? This is a valid point. However, how can I resist to ask a person such as yourself? You caught my eye the moment you walked over.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Yes, very.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
Teo's the best! Greatest guy here. He's sort of like our leader, yeah?
Oh, please, I'm nothing really.
He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you.
Oh boy.
I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang. So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
I'm on the clock though. Teo outstretches his arm to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. Go for it? I couldn't care less that I'm supposed to be working. As a kid, I remember stomping around on dance mats. Why not try the 2000's hottest dance game? Even if I technically don't know how to play it yet. Without thought, I take his hand. Let's do this. As I'm about to step up to the stage, an ominous shiver crawls down my spine. I glance over and spot Ashley standing behind the ticket counter. I know I can't see her face behind the mask, but I can totally sense she's glaring daggers my way. It's creeping me out. On second thought, I'm actually supposed to be working right now. I'm the new floor attendant, Louie. Really? But I haven't seen you around here at all. What happened to the other guy? He's actually pretty good at showman stage, now that I think about it. He's out. I'm in. It's currently year 0 on the floor attendant Louie regime.
Hello there.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, Louie. I hope we get to know each other well. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime stage as much as you do, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True, most of the time during these meetups, I tend to let everyone else play. I go around and make sure everyone is happy and having a blast. But what about you and your feelings? Teo shrugs. My happiness comes from making other people happy. That's all I need in life. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd. How best to handle it? I want to film a workplace safety video. I don't think that's allowed, so I guess we'll go with this one. We just usually talk about crowd sizes. I know you're having a ball up here, but this crowd is blocking the emergency exit. By law, we have to keep a path present. Can't you let it slide, just this once? For me? Nope, if I let it happen once, then it's gonna happen all the time. I get it though, your crew's passionate about this game, and that's a good thing. But a stampede on my first day at work would be bad for everyone involved. Could you imagine the headlines? Local arcade floor attendant trampled on first day, blood everywhere. Haha, very true. I don't want to be checking my social media tomorrow and click the link to your obituary. We totes can't have that. I got this. Luckily the song that was being played had just finished. Taylor jumps up on the stage and cups his hand over his mouth. Hey, listen. We need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. I like my spot. Hey now, you know the deal. We all have to be cool about fire safety. It's Louie's first day, so let's show them some respect. I see everyone turn around and glare at me. Great, now I'm going to be known as the party pooper. I guess I've had worse reputations in my life. Like that one time I had to close the pool because of that dirty bandage floating in the water. No one would talk to me for a week. Hey, don't disappoint me, crew. Louie's just doing their job. Reluctantly, the cloud reshuffles itself into a semi-ordinary fashion. If everyone settles into a safer way of watching the game, Taylor jumps down and comes back to me. Better? I nod, genuinely impressed with how Taylor can capture his community's attention. They listen to him and have the utmost respect for him. Yeah, actually, much better.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
As long as that dancing is within the law, carry on. Officer Louie has spoken. I start to walk away, ready for my next venture, when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Teo. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Well, I feel nice and accomplished. I was able to uphold the safety of the arcade and make a new friend. I'd say that's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's gotta be impressed, right? With that business sorted out, it's time to leave Showtime stage. The arcade is now at peace. My work here is done. Well, actually, we're a few hours from closing time, so my work here isn't quite done, but, you know. I'm still at peace. In fact, I don't even notice the underboss of the arcade sliding up behind me.
Good day.
Not a bad first day so far. I've been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group chat app going. I've got a crappy phone plan. My texts aren't free. A valid point. I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handle yourself. I think you're going to work out just fine. Anyway, I prepared your paperwork. If you'd like to go sign it and make this working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah.
So you're staying? Please tell me you're staying. I mean, I fed you and everything. Christine hasn't fired them yet, right? The enjoyable nightmare joins the impromptu staff gathering. Louie's off to a great start. Here's to your first day, followed by many more. Don't you two have jobs to attend to? Just order a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain. Finally, a quiet moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? I told Francine I was looking for hope. I've been so used to life dumping all over me that I've come to expect the worst, generally. And yet, I can't say the Funplex has dumped on me. It's been hectic at times, a little too much, but not really in a bad way. I'm starting to get along with my coworkers. I'm helping people with their problems. Maybe I'm finding the hope I was looking for, after all. We've only got a few hours till closing, and it's nice and quiet. How about we game a bit? Speak for yourself. I've still got paperwork to handle. Oh, come on. Don't act like you don't game. You're irrelevant. I know your dirty little secret. What? Naomi. You sneak in early each morning to play pinball. You're a pinball wizard. Well, what of it? I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball turning. The girls are giggling, and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
At the very end of the day? Looks of confusion, outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
Birthday party? How old are the kids, may I ask? It's her 5th birthday. Oh, to be young again. For 5-year-olds? Naomi starts pulling at her hair, eyes wide and trembling. Throwing ski balls overhead into the glass, jumping up and down on pinball machines, putting chewing gum into coin slots, pulling in my costume, tearing off pieces of it. Naomi, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. Doom! Doom! The end is nigh.
Well, I'd hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway. Have fun, dears.
Oh my god. Right. Battle stations, everyone. I'll take ticket desks so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch for hardware damage. Women, remain duty. Look for trouble. Do what you can. Prepare yourselves. They are coming. Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it's seen. Parents pull into the parking lot, minivans disgorging kindergartners, and suddenly... Oh boy. An explosion of small humans rushes the doors, bursting into the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, mashing buttons, eager to get their game on or even pretend to be playing. The crew assumes battle stations, Naomi by the fragile pinball machines, Ashley near the door trying to distract the incoming kids to greet them. Gavin, armed with pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens, quickly exchanges them with the adults, beats waiting in line at the change machines. As for the pro gamers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them, keen on getting out ahead of the sudden surge of kitties, I guess. That's all very well and good, but I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Romaine duty, Gavin said. Look for trouble, Gavin said. I mean, I was doing that before, but now, the chaos has multiplied. For a few minutes, I'm like a pinball, being bounced around, or like that frog, trying to cross a highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and Louie, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend to them. Which one of these should I tackle first, though? I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. An angry adult shouting at a kid near Teo and Queen Bee. So these are workers they probably got to handle. Gavin's a worker he probably hasn't handled. These guys are customers, so I should protect them. Right? The sound of harsh steps called to me from Fast Cars 5 racing games. Shouting adults and crying children are never particularly good signs, and I hope beyond hope that I can take this on. I shake the discomfort off. Now's not time to doubt myself. I need to find out what's going on. Stat. As I get closer to the revving of engines and the clacking of shifting gears, I see a grown woman berate a cowering boy.
I did it!
Admit it! I know what you did, you brat! You manipulated my precious son to put his tokens in your game. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm sorry. Just like you are the absolute worst. Garbage. Ma'am, keep your voice down. There's no need to shout at a child, no less. What's going on here? This jerk of a boy told my sweetest beyond sweet Josh he should put his own tokens into the racing machine, so he can play it for free. Josh earned those tokens from his own allowance, and I won't let some devil child steal his money. Let's just take a moment to calm down, okay? Before I say anything else, I spot Queen Bee and Teo at the corner of my eye. Queen Bee looks infuriated and Tail has buried his face in his hand. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, they might have some insight. The racing games are right next to Showtime stage. Tail probably had a good vantage point of the whole thing if he was dancing on stage. And just by the way, Queen Bee's brows are furrowed. I can tell something is not sitting right with her. I can ask one of them for their help. Or I can try to solve this one by myself. I mean, we shouldn't need them. We should be able to solve it on our own. If the kids are allowed to talk without the mom interrupting, we can get the whole story. Detective Louis is on the case. It's time to put my Sherlock cap and figure this mystery out. The scene, Fast Car 5 racing games, in the darkest corner of the Funplex, approximately 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. The crime, theft via extortion. The accused, the crying boy. Facts, but I've gathered this far, she claims that Troy tricked her son into putting his tokens into the boy's game. Let's delve a little deeper, shall we? Ma'am, I'm with the arcade staff and I'm here to help. I know you're upset right now, but if you can please stop shouting, I'm sure we can get this settled. She calms down enough for me to ask a question. Have you actually asked this boy his side of the story? Why would I ever do that? He's obviously a thief. And a liar. Probably. The sweet silence is gone, and the boy appears as if he's about to burst into tears again. There's no way to make this lady see reason unless I do something. Talk calmly. Time to do the true and tried tactic among all detectives. Reverse psychology. What? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Since she's shouting, I need to speak softly to talk her down. It'll force her to stop and think so she can actually hear me. I continue to speak in a hushed tone. It's only fair to hear the boy's side. This could all just be a misunderstanding. Please. Taking advantage of the moment, I crouched down next to the crying boy and tried to console him. Hello there, little man. I know this is very tough for you, but can you tell me what happened? The boy hesitates for a moment.
I didn't.
I swear, I didn't do anything. The other kid, he just came up out of nowhere and dropped his token in my slot. After I lost, I got off the game and offered it to him. But he just ran away. That explains it. I turned back to the lady. See, it was all just a mistake. That boy's claiming my Josh is a liar. Unacceptable. He's even making it up to protect himself. You have no proof. As much as I believe the crying boy, she does have a point. Ask the other boy. I don't have any proof, and that's the one thing I need to finally put this to bed. I take a second to formulate my next thought, and then spot a camera dangling from the corner of the ceiling. Aha! We can check the security footage. Yes, do that, then you'll see how my Josh was wronged. Hold on 1 minute. Ma'am, I'll be right back. I run back to the employee area and hover over to the small bank of security monitors. I find the one that's pointing at Fast Car 5 games and spend a few minutes rewinding to the time of the crime. Got it. The crying boy's story checks out. It appears that Josh put the token in the wrong slot, which I can understand. They're stacked vertically, and it's not clear which slot is for which game. I rush back to the scene of the crime and quickly tell them the results. And this boy even got out of the driving seat and offered it to Josh, but Josh just ran away after that. So as you see, no one's at fault here, so let's just all apologize and carry on, okay? I do not accept. You're taking the thief's side. Josh is a good boy and doesn't deserve to be treated this way. Josh, get over here. We're leaving this horrible arcade. Right now. I didn't see that one coming. The woman scoots up her child and storms out the front door. I don't think we'll see her or her son anymore, and frankly, I'm okay with that. It's just me and the boy now, and visibly, he's still shaken from the whole ordeal. Well, yeah, he had a stranger screaming at him. How are you doing? I think I'm okay. The boy nods, wiping his snotty nose on his sleeve. I'm sorry this whole thing happened to you, but if it's any consolation, the bad lady is gone, and I don't think she's ever going to come back. The boy, cheeks still streaked with tears, lets a smile sprout on his face.
Thank you.
The boy screams off and rejoins some of his other friends. Case closed. Right, that's sorted out. The other two situations are about to spin out of control. I've only got time to deal with one of them. Which one? Let's deal with this one. The little girl crying over her stolen tickets near Percy and Gavin. I weave my way through waves of children towards the skee-ball machines. One little girl sitting at the end of the skee-ball ramp, crying. No parent in sight to settle her, so the task falls to me. I'm guessing I should be more cautious about this sort of thing, with what lost and happy parents lurking over by the vending machines, ignoring their kids, but floor attendant Louie decided to take the case all the same. Hey, my name's Louie, and I work here at the arcade. What's wrong? Can I help? Her sobbing pauses as she looks up at me.
I lost my tickets. Someone stole them from me. I played and won a bunch of them, but then I put them down and I was talking to a friend, and now they're gone.
I glance around, but in a sea of kids, it's impossible to tell who the thief could be.
I don't even have any more tokens to play with. I spent them all on skee-ball and my tickets are all gone now.
Easy. We'll figure this out somehow. Although I've got no clue where to start, to be honest. Maybe there was a witness to the crime? Percy would have had a good view of the redemption game area based on where Movie's positioned. Gavin has a ticket desk, a veritable crow's nest for the whole arcade. He could have spotted something. Or he could just bend the rules and solve this directly. Let's not bother Percy, because Percy's a patron. Let's go to Gavin. Gavin had to see where the tickets went, or he'd know what to do at least, via arcade policy. Nope, not gonna mess around with this one. A theft is serious business. Wait right here, kid, okay? I'll go get help. We'll get to the bottom of this. Promise. Okay. I duck through the crowd, weaving my way back to the ticket desk. Hey, Gavin, that girl over there. Boy with the red hair, currently playing Frogger. He took her tickets when she wasn't looking. Wait, you saw?
Certain.
Of course. What of it? So do we bring it up to his parents or the cops? Okay, so how do we deal with this one? Do we go confront the brat's parents or go grab the cops? Or just work him under the hot lights? Honestly, I'd suggest letting it go. If you confront the child, he'll clam up and refuse to ever admit wrongdoing. And the parents can be twice as immature, I found. Right now, I just want to keep the peace. One girl crying is less of a disturbance than a boy throwing a tantrum. Rude? The way he stands there so stoic and uncaring, while that little girl in pink just sobs. It's not right. I mean, seriously, it's not right. But he's my boss. How hard do I want to push this? Gavin, have a heart. What makes our sadness less important than the boy's potential tantrum? Come on, Gavin. So you let one customer feel like crap just to avoid having another customer maybe feel like crap? A thief, may I add. Just keep the peace and there's allowing suffering just because it's a path of least resistance. We're losing a customer today regardless. I'd rather not break a little girl's heart to do it and let a bully learn he can do what he wants. At first, it looks like he's going to chew me out for standing up to him. But, you think me a monster?
I hadn't intended.
Of course, I feel bad about this. I feel bad for her, and he shouldn't get away with it. I'm just trying to protect the arcade as a whole. Then do it. Protect the arcade by protecting the gamers and their dreams. He sighs, like a stress relief valve yawning open and closed.
Indeed.
You're right, of course.
Apologies.
Focusing on the big picture does tend to leave me apathetic to each individual brushstroke. My apologies, Louie. I'm looking ahead to put me back on track. Your predecessor wouldn't have stood up to me like this, and shown me how wrong I was. Now, let's sort this out properly. Gavin walks right up to the kid, who's busy hopping a frog around in traffic. Wouldn't mind seeing this kid go play traffic myself. Rude. How awful. Boy. What do you want? Can't help but notice that roll of tickets in your pocket. Big winner, are you? The biggest. Got them all playing, that spinning collar game over there. See? Really, it's funny. See, I own that game. May I see your roll, please? I don't want to show you. Well, I can see the end poking out of your pocket there, and I can see the serial number on the ticket starts off at 1. Which is interesting, because the roll I loaded into the color spinner, it started with a 2.
I think not.
Meaning those tickets were won playing skee ball, specifically by that girl over there, and you took them. You're a liar. Leave me alone. I'll yell for my mom.
Seriously?
You really want to risk having your mom believe me instead of you? Instead, how about you give me the tickets and walk away? At first, the kid looks like he's gonna shriek bloody murder, but a few nervous glances at his mother, busy munching chips by the vending machine, change his mind. Take him. I don't want him anyway. He angrily stomps away, presumably to go play some other game on the other side of the arcade.
Yay!
You did it! You found my tickets! The girl actually hugs me. Well, hugs my leg anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you so much! Thanks and thanks! Now then, let's get your prize. What is it you wanted? Crayons! Those we have. Louie, I'll take it from there. Oh, that's a funny, fuzzy, happy feeling right there. But no time to rest on my laurels. I've got other arcade dreams to defend. 2 problems in the can. Now that I have that cupcake problem, Uh-oh. Too late. Vintage Midway cabinet Naomi just finished fixing up. It's covered in icing. Looks like Ashley's costume is gonna need dry cleaning too. I shoot them with helpless look and shrug. Hey, Louie. Kinda wish it was pink icing, then no one would notice. Yeah, sorry about that. Wasn't quick enough. You still helped out. I saw you with those other kids. You're a natural. I think things are winding down anyway. Why not take a break? And then I'll swap with you and take a break myself afterwards. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Honestly, I'm kinda worn out. Ashley's right. I need to step away from the craziness, if only for a few minutes. After a silent nod from Gavin to confirm it's cool with him, I slip away, headed for the employees' lounge. What a day. Quirky coworkers, die-hard pro gamers, volatile kids getting into volatile situations. I say it's a recipe for wackiness or some such cliche, but nothing's an easily dismissed cliche when it's happening to you directly. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I drop down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs in the employee break room, groaning and rolling my back to try and work the kinks out of my sore shoulders. And spot an upside-down kid. Huh? Oh wait, I'm the one leaning backwards. I sit up and turn around instead. Better. Wait, what's a kid doing back here? Hey, I think he was hoping I wouldn't notice him. Hi. Hi. And you are? Mikey? Okay, that's a start. Hi, Mikey. My name's Louie. So, what are you doing back here? This is an employees only area. Wait, there's a keypad. How'd you get in? The guy at the desk dropped this. He's got a piece of paper with the door code written on it. Huh. Score 1 for Ashley's wild storytelling being more fact than fiction. Okay, but you can't stay back here. Well, I don't see any knives or stabbing implements left out in the open, so I guess it's technically safe, but...
Please don't send me back out there.
Well, this is curious. I lean in so we can be on the same eye level. Something wrong? You can tell me. I work here. I'm the person who solves problems.
No problems. Just don't want to go out there.
Don't you want to play with your friends? And he gives me the most cynical, bitter laugh I've ever heard out of a kindergartner.
I don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here. My family just moved to the city, and before that we lived in another city. And one more for that, but I was too little to remember. Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway. And then she left because she's got to work.
New kid in town, huh? He nods mutely. Still, I should have busted him, there and then, brought him back out to the party where the other parents could supervise him. I should have told Gavin. I should have enforced the rules of this arcade. Okay, kid, I won't tell on you. You want to stay back here for the rest of the party? I'll keep you company. Thanks. You really won't tell my mom? Nope. Why? I thought you'd want to make me go. You're an adult, like Mom. Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once. The new kid in town, in fact. You are the new kid? Yeah, although for me, that started happening back when I was 10. Again and again, moving from town to town, school to school, never really making any friends. Not for years. Mom and Dad kept living jobs and taking new ones. Worse ones. They'd be working all day long, too tired when they came home to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I stopped hoping things would get better. I decided I'd just take what I could get. I'd go with the flow. What does that mean? It means you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad. But you don't care. You just do what you have to do, without really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad to never care about anything, right?
I guess I was sad. I just told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though I really was. And then I bite my tongue. Hard. Because my little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping this kid out. Wouldn't have helped little Louie out if an adult did this for me. So instead I decided to be the adult that little Louie would have needed. But this won't beat you, right? You're a tough kid. Hey, life can be lousy sometimes, I'll give you that. But hiding won't fix it. Hiding just makes you stay sad longer. If things are bad, stand up. If you're sad, stand up. You can't let life win. You gotta be a big boy, bigger than that, ready to go. What happens when you play an arcade game and you run out of extra lives, or the boss beats you, or the puzzle fills all the way to the top? You lose the game? Well, yes. And then you put in another token and you play again. And each time you stand up to the game, you get better at playing it. That's where you are now, Mikey. Hiding in here when you've got tokens in your pocket. You keep playing if you want to. Do you want to keep playing, or just hide? Maybe it's my tone more than my words, but something stirs in him. I want to play games. Right, it's an arcade. Even if you don't know anyone here, you can always play games and have fun. Even if sometimes life is sad, even if sometimes things are bad, you've always got another token. Even if you run out of tokens, you can still keep going. And if you get out there and play, maybe you'll meet someone who enjoys playing too. Maybe you'll make a friend. You won't know unless you play the game. So, are you ready to stand up? Yeah. Ready to keep playing? Yeah. Ready to go out there and have some fun? Yeah. I don't even need to take his hand and lead him out of there. Mikey's off like a shot to rejoin the party. And off he goes. I'm not fooling myself. I know I haven't fixed all of Mikey's problems. I'm no child psychologist. That's entirely me flying by the seat of my pants. For one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself long ago. 15 years ago. Everything changed. No more family vacations, no more arcade visits. We couldn't afford them, and they couldn't take time off work. The whole Rex family had to learn to settle, to accept the lot in life we'd been dealt, to simply go with the flow, never hoping, never wanting. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mire. I'd only known her a few years, one of the few stable times in my life, but she knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Now, here I am. Today has been, well, bonkers. Alternately boring and hectic, surreal and way too real. But I can honestly say I'm more alive today than I have been in a very, very long time. Beep beep. Beep beep. Louie. My emotional voice analysis subroutines combined with your biometrics suggest that you're very happy right now. Yeah, I guess I am. How did you know? I just told you, silly. I mean, how did you know I love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's easy. I didn't. What? I lied. I was 47% sure. Oh, it has elements that seem to click with your optimal social requirements. A fun atmosphere, spirited co-workers, helping people out, and so on. Also, I cross-referenced your roommate's postings talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. Still, 47%.
99.97%.
But I was 99.97% sure that if I said 99.7% sure, you'd be willing to give it a try. Another thing to thank Juniper for, I guess. You're a very weird little app, you know?
Hooray!
I try to be. The car is pulling up in the parking lot. It looks like the party's over. It's just about closing time for the arcade anyway. Most of the gamers have filed out by now, if they hadn't already fled the tidal wave of kiddies. My first impulse is to go bug Gavin about my paperwork, but that can wait. I think I'll help someone with the tidying up, or maybe see how our VIP gamers are doing. Not enough time to run around checking in with everyone though. Who do I want to hang out with? I guess it's all the people I can date. So let's see. Let's go talk to Naomi praying gum out of the coin machine and looks ready to cry. I want to comfort her. Naomi definitely looks like she can use a hand. Someone's jammed bright pink bubble gum into a coin slot, and she's trying to clear the sticky mess out. How could they? How could they do this to a poor, innocent little Q-Bert? Hey, need a hand? Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, work on the second player slot for me. I got swarms of stuff in my kit there. Grab what you need.
So frustrating.
Honestly, the nerve of those kids. No respect at all for these games. Games aren't like shoe-proof, machine-washable baby toys. They're delicate and deserve love and care. But they are toys, right? Well, yeah, I mean, of course, just, you know, they're also works of art. I know not everyone sees it that way. Back in the 80s, operators would just throw away games that didn't perform well anymore. In the end, an arcade has to make money. That means using and abusing the game until it's time to put it out to pasture. But I don't have to like it, right? Definitely not. Stand up for games' rights. Of course not. You love these games. You shouldn't just let them be abused, even if they do have to make money. Next time you see some kids smacking again around, stuffing gum into the slot or whatever, you let me know. I'll deal with them. Thanks, Livy. It's good to know someone's got my back. Still, I need to be realistic, right? I know this isn't a museum. We aren't preserving priceless treasures for generations to come. Sometimes I treat it like my little private collection, but really, I do want people to play and enjoy these games, and that does wear them down, in time. As long as I'm here, I pick up a game when it wobbles on its feet, dust it off, straighten it up, and send it out there to be played with all over again. With the last of the gum pulled out of the slot, Naomi closes up her toolbox. I should probably put the coin mechs entirely and give them a good cleaning tomorrow, but I didn't want to let the gum sit overnight. I'm heading home soon. I'll see you tomorrow, right? You got it, Naomi.
Woohoo!
Great! With things winding down, there's just one last thing to take care of before I'm out the door. I seek out Gavin to handle the remains of the day. Louis, good work today. Thanks, boss. Mid-boss? Sub-boss? Gavin will do. I can't say you've been a perfect employee, but my standards are impossibly high, so I'll just assume you are as close to perfect as is reasonable. You came to me with dealing with those stolen tickets. Good. I want you to know I'll always be here should you need me, even if I look busy. Normally I'd have dealt with an angry parents myself, but I was distracted. I've only second-hand accounts of your performance there, but I have to say, good work. Dealing with the situation by the driving games took skill. You got to the heat of the matter, right to the truth, even if you refused to see it. I'm not pleased that you sold our movie for only $1,000, not $3,000, as I requested. Gavin, you only paid $200 for that game. I'd be ripping off a customer. A customer with exceptionally deep pockets, and one who squats in that game all day, spending only a handful of change in the process. If anything, $3,000 what we need to make up the lost profit from Percy being so movie-obsessed. What's more, why it's still here is a good question. Was I not clear I wanted it gone? Percy didn't want to break up the family. They're machines, not people. He also didn't want Naomi to be sad. Yes, well, Naomi needs to learn to let go, I'd say. Are you giving our poor little Louie a hard time, Gavin dear? Miss Francine, I thought you were napping.
Let's be sensible.
Naomi's dreams matter too, as does the dreams of Percy, that poor fellow. Poor, isn't Percy stinking rich?
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
Gavin, I know you mean well, wanting to keep everyone's dreams afloat, but sacrifice made in that name would shatter the dreams of others. Well, that's not what the Funplex is all about. Louis, you understand, yes? The reason why? Why am I here? That's a question she asked me during the interview. Now, I think I understand. I came here today looking for hope. Hope I can do more with my life than compromise. Settle for what I can get, and go with the flow. Everybody I've met today is full of hope. Gamers chasing scores, people following their passions. Nobody here is willing to give up on their dreams. Not even you, Gavin. I know, you know we're better than this, Gavin. We don't settle. We chase after our hopes and dreams, and we won't accept anything less. I see.
Apologies.
Louis, Miss Francine, I apologize. It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism some days, but I know in my heart I need to err on the side of idealism, even if my mind screams in protest. I can assume you're still keen to work here, Louis? I didn't even hesitate before replying. Absolutely. Gavin fetches a nearby stack, a short stack of forms. Fill these out tonight, hand them in to me first thing in the morning. And welcome to the Funplex. Welcome to the family, I'd say. I'm sure you'll fit in just fine, Louis. One bus ride later and it's home again. Home again, jiggity jig. Juniper, already home from work, bounced over eagerly to interrogate me on the day.
Hey.
So, how'd it go? It went well. Well, or well? Really well. Your little app came through, despite being terrifying, omniscient, and just a little bit unnerving. You forgot to mention adorable. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear things worked out. And you even came home with a smile, like you were when you were a lifeguard. Huh, I guess I am smiling. Interesting.
By the way, there's just one teensy-weensy little question I have for you. Why exactly did you order a giant crate full of pizza bagels?
I did not. Did I neglect to mention the part of the terms and conditions? On the plus side, I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. And that's level 1 of Arcade Spirits complete. Hey look, you won a prize! You get one of these for each level you clear, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden thingies. Now, let's check your score. Oh, Gavin likes this a lot. That's good. Gavin seems to really taken a shine to you. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you scored 5,750 points. Nice! Keep talking to people and your score will go up, up, up. Today's pizza fact is, Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza each day, or 350 slices per second. Wow! Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 2? Yes, save the game. Alright, we're saved? Oh no, I should have quit. I should have quit there. So we can start level 2 next episode. Yes. Oh, no, don't quit. Main menu. Right? It's there? Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's the first episode of Arcade Spirits. We did the entire chapter in one sitting. Oh boy. My throat. I really like it. It's cute so far. I like our character. They're not a butt, like in some other games. And everyone we've met so far has been really kind, which is exciting. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully you guys are too. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. You guys are the best. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really helps the channel grow. And I'll catch you next time in the next episode of Arcade Spirits. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye!